Well, now a lot of people are commenting on this scam that I got taken in with yesterday. And Biggie says people say cancel the check. But to me, that's risky because they do know where I live. They do have the address on
This is true, but they also walked away free and clear with your cash.
They sure did.
How many workmen?
Yeah, a lot
Five.
A lot of people say stop the check because they're never going to
come back.
Because then it would be call the police time, and the last thing they want is anyone calling the police on them.
Right, cops involved.
So they might have ripped that check up as soon as they left. That might have not even been a real name because they're worried that you have their name. They may never even put it in the bank.
That's why they didn't want to check. I think.
They didn't want.
That's way too much of a paper trail.
That's right. That's
literal.
Right.
And I guess you didn't take a picture of the check before you gave it to them.
No. And I didn't get anything. I was so dumb. I didn't get anything. I mean, I was taken in, and I should know better than this. I mean, I'm 51 years old.
Yeah.
I should know better than this.
You didn't walk in and then say, "What's for dinner?"
Yeah, it's bad timing.
I've been, working in the yard all day.
I just got scammed. I'm starving.
Oh,
I've been out with these yard guys all day, running to the bank.
Oh, my God. It hurts to laugh. It's like, you laugh at it, and I was like, my God.
You can only laugh to keep from crying.
It's true. I am just devastated by this. Do you know how many chicken and pickles meals I'm going to give up over the next 4 years?
You're going to have to.
I know. It hurt.
Are you saying that if a P1 catches you at a chicken and pickles?
Yes. Tell Chris Demm. Email Biggie. Email Dave. Email Chris Demm. Take a picture of me if I'm at Chicken and Pickles or the $12 salad.
Who's the scam artist now?
That's right.
I'm going to say this. You've beaten yourself up enough on this. Don't now make promises you can't keep. Yeah, but you'll be at Chicken and Pickles today.
I should be.
You will be.
You can't afford it.
I can't afford it now. It's just.
I'll tell you. I'll buy you Chicken and Pickles today.
Thank you.
I will be the one to buy you Chicken and Pickles.
You're the one.
I feel like you need it.
Oh my God!
Now that's an accountability buddy.
That's an accountability buddy.
I rarely say this about rich people, but I feel bad for you.
This may be the smallest GoFundMe in history.
No kidding. $11.
13.
Oh, sorry.
They've raised their price.
Yeah. Forgot about the extra sauces.
How many fries back there? A couple hundred.
How many nuggets in this box? 400.
What do you get? 300-400? Yeah, we charge by the nugget. It's $1 a nugget. It's 300 nuggets.
That's going to be the worst part. Is now you're never going to live this down either.
No.
Because every time somebody asks you to judge something, they'll be like, "How many do you think this is? A couple thousand?"
Yeah, you see in the store the jelly beans. Guess how many jelly beans there are? A million. It's a million in that. There's a million in there. I know. Trust me.
I haven't checked the math on this, but somebody said that with the amount of pine straw they said that they used on your yard, it would have been over 400,000 square feet.
That might be bigger than that's
a
Biltmore.
Football field.
That's Biltmore. That's Pisgah National Forest in the mountains around Biltmore.
I might need to recheck the math, but somebody said the amount that they claim they used.
Oh, no.
And here's how they got you, too. Most pine straw bales, because I've laid pine needles out when I had a house, they have 2 strings on them.
Well, now, wait a minute.
We're hearing the two-string theory.
He said there's 2 strings we divide by 2. Okay, and so he did that at the beginning.
Did say that, okay.
But by the end, he had such
Was he counting the same string twice? Was he flim-flamming you?
And I think he didn't do any kind of count. He goes, we're just going to give you a set price. We use 1,200 bales. We're going to call it. And then he showed me 7,100. And I was like, I mean, what am I doing? What did I do? You
never do anything without an estimate.
No, never, ever. And I can't be trusting, and I have to be willing to say no. That's where I am. I just really examined myself. I have to be tough enough to say no. The guy had a good story, and I needed that service done.
And they did it.
They did it.
And it didn't smell like a scam at first.
It did not. The guy, when he told his story, he was so polite. And I thought, okay, here's a guy really trying to do good. He's like, I've owned this business for 5 years. I'm just a hardworking guy. I got 4 more hardworking guys.
Yeah, they all got stories.
I know.
How many? I mean, would any legit landscaper just show up at a door and knock and say, "I've got a"? I mean, it's like the meat guy,
right? It's very much like the meat guy.
I've got all this meat that's going to spoil on the truck if I don't get ready.
My neighbor had said, who I trust, said that he had, and I thought back, I was like, okay, maybe.
I will say, yes, you got scammed, but this was the perfect storm of events to have happen where you needed it done.
Yep.
You heard, from somebody you trusted, hey, these guys just driving around with pine straw. They'll give you a great deal on it.
Exactly. And when he said $550 a bale, a couple of hundred bales. That seemed expensive, but I thought, I want this done. I want the yard. And he's like, we're going to pull the weeds. And he did. They did.
Yeah, the low price was expensive already.
Oh, yeah. Jake, you have a comment on this. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey Chris. I was gonna say I'm surprised you haven't heard about this. It's been all over the news. Now, granted, I'm not sure if the Inside Edition has covered it. However, most of these news stories have been saying that it's targeting the elderly and mostly old people. So, on the bright side, you could change your goal now to being the #1 elderly pickleball player.
Yeah, good. Okay, you're right. Thank you, Jake. Boy, that's what my wife said. My wife
The
said,
shady call of support.
My wife said,
Yeah.
you are a smart person. How did this happen to you? You know, she said, this is what
I'm
happens.
not a smart man.
I'm not as smart as you think. And she said, this happens to the infirm, the elderly, the grandparents. I was like, you're
The
right.
demented.
Oh,
She tried to. The thing is, she tried to talk you out of it before you
Before it
even committed to
started.
it.
But you didn't bra up and get out there.
She didn't bra up.
but that, I should have been able to. I brought up. I should have been out there. I should have been on those front lines. She should not
Should have been
had
your
to.
bra.
Exactly. And then it became a point when she's told me no, I was like, oh yeah, I know best. I'm going to do it. And that was, I mean, I hate myself for it. I am so
Hard
mad
times,
about it.
Daddy.
I've gotten more info on how much pine straw they claim to have used.
Are we using Biggie the Grand Canyon as scale?
No. But P1 Kevin says that a semi truck full of pine straw, like the one you see at
An
Lowe's,
18-wheeler.
yes,
Right, right.
18-wheeler, the one you see holds 1,248 bales.
Okay,
That's where they got the
So
number.
that's what they claim to have used in your yard.
An entire semi-tractor trailer's worth.
I mean, honestly, if they had really used that many bales, it would have been 4 feet high.
I know. I didn't think about it until later.
That's a week's delivery at Lowe's.
At Lowe's, he said we had to put some of it. He goes, some of your yard's soft. And I was like, what is? My head is soft. That's what's soft.
He's just double talking you.
Oh, that's what he did.
Yeah.
Everything I
Yeah.
say, he double talked me, and then he showed me. He's
Skill.
Like, he said we do residential. He goes, and he showed me a picture of a check that he had on his phone. He's like, look at that for 50. If somebody had written a $5,600 check, I said, I don't care. I don't care what you've done. You told me a couple of hundred. That's $1,100. I budgeted $1,200, which still seemed high.
What are the other 4 gentlemen doing during this time? Are they just in the truck? Are they leaning? Are they waiting?
They stood with him and they sort of, said, like,
Oh, yeah, this
reinforced
is
what
our-
he said.
yeah.
Yeah, this is
That's
we
a
did
little
this.
scary, too.
And
Yeah.
that's another thing. They were all standing, and one of them was the one that showed me the price was not the lead guy, and he was a little more aggressive. He's like, "Oh, this is what the price is. You have to pay this." He was a little more in my face than the other guys.
Let me ask you this. If we brought in a skilled artist, could you describe them for a police sketch?
Yes, I could. They're especially the lead guy and the guy who showed me the price. I could describe.
Do you remember
them.
the name that you wrote on the check? What's in your register, right?
It is, but it's a
That's not a name.
it's a long name with a lot of different consonants and.
Russian
Eastern
mob?
European, African, Southern Hemisphere.
I'm going to guess Jaquantiavius. It was
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
He called himself Jay at first. I'm Jay, and I blah, blah, blah. And then I started to write it, and he goes, okay, Jay. And I thought I was going to write Jay. He goes, JAQUIVZENDOS. And I was like, all right. And then
Oh, great.
That check may never go in the bank.
I
may
hope it
not.
doesn't. I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, he may. I just don't think they want their real names out there.
So where do you think Jay and his crew get their pine straw?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Where do these scammers get
Steal-
because
steal
they
it.
have it?
They
They
steal
they
it.
Do
probably
they steal
buy
it? You think they
steal
stole
it at night from hardware stores?
They could
Possible.
buy it, but because you paid for
A bunch.
3 times of it.
You're right.
I mean, just like if you were to go to Lowe's right now, it's $5.50 a bale.
well, that's what he charged me.
Yeah.
With the labor.
Yeah.
But he fudged the numbers.
Oh,
on
the
how many-
numbers on the
Oh my God. Mike, you're talking con men too. Go ahead.
Yes, hi. I moved here from Pittsburgh area. I was a pastor up there, and we didn't have that much money. Sold a house, and we moved down to Kannapolis. And I checked online, got a good price I called the guy. He seemed like a grandfather type. Well, long story short, they charged me $1,500 initially. When they got here, they said that they had rent-a-trucks, no names of the company, and they had Russian accents. Well, by the end, they said, well, if the truck's filled up, we need to get another truck. That's going to be another $10,000. And they charged me $1,500.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So, yeah, well, and so I called the troopers, state troopers. It came down, and these guys have only been in America for 1 day from Russia.
Wow.
They had their temporary IDs. and he made him take us to where he was keeping our first load, and they only filled it up halfway, and they had a wall halfway down the truck.
Oh, yeah. The big scam.
The old phony bottom.
Yep.
Scam. This whole thing was a scam. My wife was right.
You blasphemed in front of a pastor.
Thank you, Mike.